And DCP has always wanted to render every other party, including my party, Jubilee, useless in the region. And they have even been calling us a red wheelbarrow, and we are not a red wheelbarrow because we do we are not in the broad.
Tell us more.
Spill the beans. My party, Jubilee, has never been in the broad-based arrangement with the current government. And we have been very categorical. My party leader came out very strongly and even presented a presidential candidate, who is Dr. Fred Matiang'i. Really, it is very unfair for this gentleman to keep calling us a red wheelbarrow.
Kenyans, what is this that is happening between DCP and Jubilee? I mean, I thought the united opposition were actually united, but it seems like they're so disunited, and that is why Ruto will continue winning. But anyway, before we even dive deep into this conversation, welcome back to another episode of WeeKenyans. I mean, if you haven't subscribed, what are you still waiting for? It just takes you 3 seconds to use that subscribe button. But also, don't forget to hit on that notification bar so that anytime we do a video, you're able to be notified. So we know there were by-elections that were happening last week, and many things unfolded. One thing was President Ruto and the broad-based government got, victorious in so many seats. I mean, out of the, I think they won 7 out of the big seats that were available. That in terms of the members of parliament plus the Baringo Senate seat. So President Ruto made sure that the conversation that he was targeting in terms of he's still popular in the mountain and in Western came to a realization. But I don't want us to dwell into that, because we know Ruto is just a smart guy and he had all the resources and the manpower to make that happen. What I want us to talk about is the state of the united opposition, because over time we have always thought that these people have been together. But after the by-elections, many things have unfolded which haven't made me happy and haven't made so many people who have been supporting the united opposition happy, because they're now leaving us in a quagmire. We are in a state where we don't know what's really happening with these people, because we know Jubilee, and I want to focus on Fred Matiang'i, who is now the vice chair of Jubilee, and DCP. We have Rigiji. We know these are the two parties in the mountain, but because of the outcome of Mbeere North, we saw many bloggers of Jubilee coming out to actually, taint a bad image of Mbeere North voters and DCP party leader Rigathi Gachagua. And one reason was, they said Rigathi Gachagua has actually been downplaying them for such a long time that he has been calling Jubilee a red wheelbarrow. So Jubilee members were happy, and I can mention actually a few whom I know. I don't know many of their bloggers, but for the few leaders whom I know, like Gujiri Wambogo or Wanjiko Wakife, they've been shouting and they've been posting Wamudede plus Deputy Kindiki, that they actually made a say, and now they're saying Kindiki is actually still having a voice in the mountain. So were they waiting for this moment, and are they truly a red wheelbarrow, as it was purported by Rigathi Gachagua? Okay, we know all this problem started when Rigiji, was downplaying Jubilee, saying that he wasn't actually interested into joining hands with them initially.
Na sisi tunasema tuliona hurubaro ya red imerilisiwa. Wamezunguka mulima, wakatuletea bosho, wakatuletea empowerment na vitu mingi kabisa. Lakini kwa saa hii tumejua wamerelease hurubaro ya red kukuja kupiga kiongozi wetu. Na mimi ombi langu ni tushikane katika chama cha DCP. DCP
there is a very big division in the mountain, and many bloggers were saying, especially those pro Matiangi, were saying that this is now a very high time for Rigathi Gachagua to calm down and reduce his chest thumping and have a conversation, with every party, to take every party as an equal, because Rigiji was coming out as the king of the mountain, and he believed that he had all the support that he needed.
Matiang'i nimeona amechukua mguu mzuri sana. Huyu jamaa nampenda juu ukiangalia kwa siasa, Matiang'i si mwanasiasa. Matiang'i ni mwanaume wa kazi. Ni performer kabisa. Na huyu jamaa nampenda na roho moja.
Chapa kazi.
Mimi Matiang'i saa hii akiingia hata siwezi. Mimi ni warigathi, lakini Matiang'i akisimama kivyake haki ya nani, mimi naanguka na Matiang'i. Matiang'i ni mtu wa kazi, si mtu wa kupayuka leo, aamke aseme sijui fulani kulifanyika. Matiang'i anaamka anachapa kazi, tunaona kazi yake. Hiyo ndio umuongelelea. Na hiyo ni kitu inajioneshaga hadi kwa ministry. Ni minister mgani Kenya amehandle zile ministries Matiang'i alikuwa nazo watu wangi. Na hakuna yenye ilikuwa inafeel Matiang'i akiwa nayo.
But now with the Mbere North and how he campaigned there with the drinking of the tea and visiting every homestead just to lose, then that made him, because DCP wasn't vying actually in Mbere North. It is DP, the Democratic Party, led by the former AG Justin Muturi, who actually had a candidate in Mbere North. So Rigathi Gachagua was just providing a supportive hand. But now Jubilee, the molds, the red wheelbarrows are saying, Rigathi Gachagua, you have to respect Matiang'i. You can't speaking low about Jubilee. But Matiang'i came out so strongly, and when he heard of all this conversation, and he has always been so clear, he has always stated that he doesn't want any drift between the united opposition, and these bloggers who actually are trying to bring this drift aren't speaking for him. So when he heard about all this conversation, he actually reached out to Pauline Njoroge and told her that the people who have been making noise online actually aren't speaking for him or aren't speaking for the Jubilee party, because for him, as far as he knows, is that Jubilee and DCP, that is him and Rigathi Gachagua and Kalonzo Musyoka and Mukisa Kitui and other leaders of united opposition are still together. They're still trying to find a common ground that they will come up with a formidable team to make sure that they make Ruto a one-term president. And he has been very clear on that in every interview that he goes to, in every interviews that he hold, wherever he has gone, he has always stated that as clear as possible. So I don't know, what do you think is going on between these Jubilee members who I believe are some sort of molds and Jubilee trying to bring in the drift, but we also have those DCP members also who are still trying to bring that fight in terms of ensuring that they protect Rigathi Gachagua. But this is not the conversation that we want. I am not speaking as someone from the mountain, even though I'm not from there. But if I was someone from the mountain or someone in Jubilee or DCP, and our leaders are now saying that we are in united opposition, then the conversation we'll be having is to ensure that we have a one voice, because that is what brings unity. But now, with all this conversation, it seems like there's no unity at all. And it's not between the other parties, but just between Jubilee and DCP. And we know it is because of the mountain. And the mountain has very, very big numbers. And that is why there have to be this drift. But what do you think? Do you think this Jubilee and DCP members should actually come in realization that time is moving and they don't have much time if they really want to make Ruto a one-term president? So tell me in the comment section, what do you think, and for how long will they keep on dragging the united opposition behind? Because truly, we are already in December. 2026 is here. If they don't have a strategy, Ruto is going to square them. We know how he is good at that. Anyway, I wish that the drift will come to an end and the united opposition will stay united and they will glue the agenda into making Ruto a one-term president. Hopefully, if they can do that. But at the moment, as it stands, these people don't have a strategy to beat Ruto. That is the reality. Anyway, don't forget to tell me what you think, but also don't forget to hit on that subscribe button. It only takes you 3 seconds. I've kept on repeating that. It only takes you 3 seconds to do that. And also, don't forget to hit on that notification bell that anytime I do a video, you're able to be notified. Until next time, cheers.